If we landed on Q up again, I would swear to God. Damn, who'd have thought of UMINEKO? Well, reduce 1, not that it does fucking anything. And then we just switch to UMINEKO. Alright. Some more family bullshit. Can't wait. UMINEKO number 2. It'll probably pick up at some point, right? The game will probably pick up at some point. I hope. Because... Yes, it will. Okay. That's good. Alright, well... UMINEKO. Let me just... boy, 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 boy. Okay, so we'll just go back. I'm just checking shit. In like a couple of hours. Oh, great. Okay, so because UMINEKO is that high, every 30 minutes I'm going to do a pull. Every 30 minutes I'm going to do a pull. So, because otherwise we'll never fucking stop with UMINEKO. Anyways, unscripted brew. That's how narrative works. Oh yeah! Like, I know how narrative works, it's just that I'm in the middle of... event. How long is the stream? I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. I haven't decided. It might be short, might be comparatively short, but... I'm guessing it might be around the same length. To be fair, we did raise a fuckload. So... we did raise a fuckload from 2 people. So, that's good shit. UMINEKO. I did change the meta, right? Yeah, I did. Pretty sure I did. Alright. Well... let's see. So 525 at 555. Got it. Stopped. Welcome to Rockin' Jima. The Golden Witch extends you her heartfelt greetings. Before anything else, please make yourself at home. There is nothing to think too deeply about, just be silent and take in the events in their entirety as they unfold. That is all that is asked of you. The difficulty level is standard. Let us at least begin on the trodden road. I'll load. Then right after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company as his dad's aide, bonding up a lot of real-life experiences. He devoted himself zealously to his work. He even has grand dreams of one day standing on his own and becoming lord of his own domain. Anarchy is a real paragon of a man, sparing no effort as he strives towards his goal. It's no exaggeration to say that I really respect him. And then there's me. I'm nothing at all like Anarchy. I'm living my happy-go-lucky idle high school life to the max. I've got no dreams for the future. I'd like to just sit back, stay cool, and let the money flow in, but of course that could never happen. When Anarchy was my age, he had already formed an impressive objective and had started devoting himself towards studying for that goal, so I guess I can't compare at all. My dad just says, sure, you can study at my company if you like cleaning toilets. Damn it, I'm not gonna be in the debt of that old bastard. I'll find my way myself. I guess that intensity is my one qualification towards adulthood. Should I go on one of those self-searching journeys that are all the rage these days? Well, it's not like I could mooch off my parents for that kind of money. Oh! Oh! Right then, Uncle Hideyoshi shouted out loudly. Uncle's a really nice person on the whole, but he does have a problem controlling the volume of his voice. When I looked over, I saw that he was greeting Auntie Rosa, who'd come late. Oh, the music's changed. Also, oh my god. I shouldn't be yawning already.
Maria-chan! 久しぶりやの
Maria!
久しぶり
Wait. Ah, okay. Because a second, no, it's not your aunt. This fucking goofy crown thing. Ooh.
マリア
Maria, don't ooh in front of your uncle. It's rude.
お久しぶりですでしょ言ってごらん
お久しぶりです。
Aww.
そうや、
Poor Maria.
よく言えたな。
Ooh!
ご褒美に飴玉あげような。おっと、あれ、どこにしまったんや。
ローザさんお久しぶりです
He lost his candy. Damn.
マリアちゃんもお久しぶり
Poor Maria.
ご無沙汰してますキリエ姉さん秀吉兄さんとあらバトラ君
Yeah?
大きくなったわね
I'm so big.
いやー今日は会うたびに言われてて恥ずかしいっすよ。
I mean, the last time they saw you, you were 12, apparently. So... Yeah.
おうローザ遅かったな。飛行機がダイヤ通りだったらギリギリってとこだったぜ。
ごめんなさい列車の接続がうまくいかなくてなにまた天候調査中な
Yeah,
の
the weather's all fucked.
ぼやかないぼやかない船で6時間も揺られるくらいなら飛行機でほんの30分の方がずっとマシよ。
That's true.
たとえ1時間余計に待たされたって全然早いんだから。
That's true.
マリアちゃんも大きくなったで。
She's massive. She's got an edge.
今身長いくつあるんや。
2,000 meters. That's not a number, Maria.
身長いくつあるんや。
Maria parroted Uncle Hideyoshi's question, looking up at her mother. Looking at the rest of her computer a bit. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm feeling myself being like, I want to rest. But, alas, for extra life. I guess she doesn't remember her own height. She's probably right in the middle of a growth spurt, so her height must change every month. Thank you. I'll try to survive. If you come back and you find a skeleton, that's what happened to me. Just a few more years, she'll probably start looking very feminine.
この間の身体測定でいくつって出たっけ
Damn, even you don't know.
これでも少しずつは伸びてるんですよ
She's never stopping. She just keeps growing forever and ever.
ね去年よりもずっと成長したと思いますよ今年で9歳でしたっけ
9歳。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
そうだね。9歳だね。
Is she 9 years old?
マリアちゃんも元気そうでよかった。
I think she's 9 years old.
よいしょ。
Oh god. Yeah, she's
もう
heavier.
高い高いをするにはちょっと重くなってきたかな。うわ、
Oops.
ジョージ兄貴、そりゃレディに失礼だろ。俺がやってやるぜ。高い高い。
Uh-huh. When I went to lift her up in Annika's place, Maria stiffened defensively, staring suspiciously at my face. I mean, it has been 6 years. Ah, that's right. The last time I met Maria was 6 years ago and she was only 3 years old. Of course she doesn't remember my face.
マリアちゃん覚えてるバトラ君よ
Yeah, no, she was 3. She barely had thoughts.
一緒に遊んでもらったの忘れちゃった
無理だろ。最後にバトラと会ったのは3つの時だぜ。
Yeah.
3つの時の記憶なんか残ってねえよ。
She must know everyone's face apart from mine because she meets them every year. But I haven't got contact with the Ushiryomiya family for about 6 years now. So surprised that this 9-year-old girl doesn't have any memories of me. Even I can only just barely remember her being a 3-year-old crybaby.
マリアバトラお兄ちゃんよルドルフおじさんの息子さんわかる
おじさんの息子さんが、おじさんが息子さん。
Paradox. Oops. Computation error. Uncle cannot be his own son. Her brain broke. That it was probably the sound of her brain breaking, unable to understand this complicated explanation. I guess it was a bit too confusing for her.
マリアちゃん、彼はバトラ君。僕と同じいとこだよ。
That might be simpler.
ジョージお兄ちゃんと同じ
Ah,
バトラいとこ。
the ooh of knowledge.
そう。よくできたね。
This part of Aniki is what makes me really look up to him. For someone who isn't married, he's just great at dealing with kids. I'm sure that he'll be an indulgent father in the future.
バトラお兄ちゃん
I'm sure that none of these people will be tortured and killed or something. I don't know what the fuck happens in UMINEKO. As far as I know, I mean, actually, I can't even begin to even guess what the hell the story is about, because it's so big. I'm like, what the fuck could be happening here? They go to an island, there's a witch. What the fuck? Maria looked straight at me with a questioning expression, as though asking whether it was alright to call me that.
おうや、俺がバトラだ。よろしくな、マリア。
Oh, happy. Aww.
こらマリア、呼びつけちゃダメでしょ。バトラお兄ちゃんと呼びなさい。
Hey, we're making steps.
いいっすよ、ローザおばさん。細かいことは気にしないっすから。まあマリア、俺とお前は名前を呼びつけ合う仲だもんな。
Aww, that's cute. I can't wait for this cuteness to be weaponized against me in the future. I do not trust this game with nothing.
Oh yeah! Maria, Maria, Maria! Ooh!
What the fuck? We horsed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend, but things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. She's just the way I remembered her being 6 years ago. Seems that people just don't change that much after all. Well, at least when you're a 3-year-old baby, if you go up to being 9. Not much changes, yeah. I'm a bit happy that she's still the pure innocent girl I remember. Her name is written... What the fuck is that symbol? It's like a plus. The hell? Characters. There she is. She's baby. Rosa's daughter. Her father's identity is unknown. Oh. She can't shake off the habit of speaking like a young child, which often earns her a scolding. She has no interest in studying or making friends, but is very interested in things concerning the occult and black magic. And thanks to her excellent powers of memorization, she knows all kinds of obscure trivia. I see. I see. That one's not so difficult to read. Of course, it says Maria. The third character looks like a cross, which is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. That's a cool looking thing. Literally, you, the character. You're 9 years old? Do I have to ban you? Her feelings don't usually show up on her face, so it can be difficult to know just what she's thinking, but that's just how she looks on the outside. On the inside, she's just a sweet, normal girl. Then there's Maria's mother, Auntie Rosa, and Jingle. I'm gonna check the aunties. Kinzo's fourth child. By far the youngest of the 4 siblings, it seems that this gives her a weaker position at the family conference. She manages a design company, but she has yet to start taking it seriously, and its financial situation is far from favorable. So she's not doing too hot. She's my dad's younger sister. Rosa is written like that. Here's a name that's totally not Japanese. Sorry to say it, but her name's almost as ridiculous as Dad's. I've got to respect her for not ending up as screwed up as he is. When I think about it, all the names in my family sound foreign. Just why is grandfather so obsessed with this? It's because of the witch. The witch of the Europes. Your grandpa is cursed by a European witch to have weird children. And yeah, autism for the win. Autism for real. But I don't care about studying or making friends. I just want to learn about pewters. Because of him, even us grandchildren have to put up with this weird naming sense. It's even more annoying since grandfather's old name is perfectly normal. Almost makes you think that the witch has cursed your names or something. Anyway, there's one thing about Auntie Rosa that's a relief compared to the other family members. The old bastard and Auntie Eva have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time. But even though she shares their blood, Auntie Rosa isn't like that at all. She has the most common sense among all the siblings. Like Uncle Hideyoshi, she's a kind aunt who'll always be on the kid's side, which means she's going to die. Instantly. Like, anytime anything seems good right now, I'm guessing that in the future, just shit's gonna happen that's gonna fucking devastate everything. Because I've heard people talk about how this shit makes them cry, and also it's a story, and also I'm guessing it's a tragedy, and also I know some shit about Higurashi, and how happiness is a myth. However, possibly because she's more strict as a parent, she's not liberal with handing out spending money like Uncle Hideyoshi is. Which means she's automatically worse. Alright, now we have the entire group of family members who are going to board the plane. It only took us 2 hours. She's not liberal. She's not liberal, she's a communist. Well, she's not a communist, she's not giving spending money, but, you know. Imagine being liberal in this day and age. I believe that, everything is fine as it is. Alright, buddy. As though it had waited for us all together, an announcement rang out through the lobby.
お待たせしました。
Lobber? Apologies for the wait, that's the void.
新島行き201便の搭乗をこれより開始いたします。ご搭乗のお客様はカウンター前の白線前に2列でお並びください。
ローザ、搭乗手続きまだだろ。急げ急げ。
いけない。
Ah shit.
マリア、いらっしゃい。
The ooh of determination. We had to go through a metal detector before going out on the runway. Our small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. A staff member holding a metal detector checked us all. Oh. And then I go on the plane, and it goes vroom vroom. Once all of us cleared the check, we followed the staff member out onto the runway. And to think of it, everyone here is in the Ushiromiya family. It's like this is a reserved charter flight or something. It's like it's a charter flight. Interesting. Our group stopped in front of the entrance of the airplane. Then our guide turned around and spoke, looking down at the passenger list as she did.
それではこれよりご搭乗となります。名簿を読み上げいたしますので、前方の座席、右側から順に右、左、次の列の右、左と詰めてお座りになってください。
I'm also paranoid, because every piece of detail they specify, I'm like, is this important? Also, I feel like they're gonna mention a name that hasn't been mentioned before. Or something.
それではお読み上げいたします。
Like there's gonna be someone we haven't met.
後宮秀吉様。
わしからか。はい。そうだエヴァ。飴玉あるか。さっきから探してるんだが見つからないんや。
後宮エヴァ様。
ハンドバッグの中よ。機内に入ったら出すわ。
I've heard that candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting due to variations in atmospheric pressure with UMINEKO taking off. I didn't know that. I'm gonna take that as a no. That's my first no. Candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting due to variations in atmospheric pressure when landing or taking off. Also, order of boarding plane. Uncle Hideyoshi, Auntie Eva. I'm just gonna name them Auntie and shit. That's probably what they're talking about.
俺の席窓際だといいな。
I wonder.
大丈夫だよ。窓際席しかないもん。
Huh. According to George Aniki, there are apparently only 2 lines of seats. Yep, it's a small plane, alright. Really, it isn't really going to shake, is it?
後宮ジョージ様。
He's so scared. And then George? Who's George?
はい。
Oh, that's my cousin. Cousin George, right.
大丈夫だよ、バトラ君。あんまり揺れないから。
後宮バトラ様。
And then Butler.
兄貴。あんまりって、どのくらいだよ。船から落ちても泳げるからいいが、飛行機が落ちたらそれでおしまいなんだぜ。
I mean, you can swim if it's over the ocean.
もちろん客席にはパラシュートがあるんだろ。ねえの
Okay.
後ろ宮ルドルフ様。
And then Rudolph, who's our dad? Yes, that's our dad. I am. Oh
ほ
boy.
らバトラー、感動してねえでとっとと奥行け。
言って親父
Such a dick.
おさってパラシュートがねえんだよ。
後ろ宮桐江様。
And then Kiri, who's
ほら、仲
stepmom.
良くじゃれてないの。
Stepmom Kiri.
進む進む。
言ってよキリエ。押すなって。
Kiri.
ボンクラが進まねえんだよ。
後ろ宮マリア様。
What a fucking disaster. Cousin Maria.
後ろ宮ローザ様。
Auntie Rosa?
こらマリア、静かにしなさい。
No, no, that's all.
こ
That's
ちら
all
は
of
機
them.
長の川端です。
There's only 8.
本日は新東京航空201便をご利用いただき誠にありがとうございます。
The pilot is Kawabata. I'm taking so many details, man. I'm fucking. Because I know this motherfucker is gonna. I know this motherfucker is gonna sneak some shit in here that I'm gonna be like, oh. I know. I'm a wuss. I accept it.
飯島空港までは約20分のフライトの予定です。
Wait. Oh, yeah, did you remember? Uh-huh, 20 minutes.
上空の気流が乱れているとの報告が入っています。多少の揺れがあるかもしれませんので、離陸後もシートベルトは外さないようにお願いいたします。
兄貴シートベルト外しちゃいけない揺れってなんだよ。
I'm not this scared, though. I'm not this scared. Like, I'm not the kind to scream. I will be stable. But if it starts shaking a bit, part of me does get a bit paranoid. Can the screen stop warbling?
ジャンボ機なら離陸後はシートベルト外せるぜ。それが外しちゃいけないってどんな揺れだよ。
Butler.
くそー騙された。何が揺れないだ。
Butler.
パラシュートどこだよ。
Come on, dude.
やっぱり俺は船が良かった。
Okay, I'm not that much of a wuss. I'm not gonna scream and like that. I am gonna be a bit worried, but I'm not gonna do that. Oh. Are these the credits? Shiromia Butler. And then the George, Jessica, Maria. Jessica? Wait, Jessica. We haven't met a Jessica, have we? Who the fuck is Jessica? Natsuhi. Alright. Jessica, Natsuhi. Those we know. Nanja is a doctor. Genji's the butler. The rest I don't fucking know. Kanon I've heard somewhere. I don't even remember where I heard from. And then Le Epic Plane. Le Epic Plane. Rondo of the Witch and Reasoning. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Arrival at Nijima Airport. Oh, everything went well.
やっぱ船だよな。
Alright.
落ちる落ちる
I see.
マリア、もういい加減にな
She
さい。
was pranking him.
でも意外
The
ね。
prologue. That's the fucking prologue. Alright.
バトラ君、てっきり怖いものなしだと思ってたから。
こいつ 昔から乗り物がなぜかダメでさ。二言目には落ちるだの沈むだの。情けない男だな、おめえは。
Man, fuck you, dude.
うるえ。ありゃ、さすがに揺れすぎだろ。
小型機乗るのは初めてだったから、ちょいと答えちまっただけだぜ。
あの大騒ぎでちょいとなの？
Yeah, that's more a little stressed.
バトラ君とは海外旅行を一緒に行くと賑やかそうね。
Probably not.
おばさんとエジプトとか行かない？
I think he'd die.
14時間も飛行機に乗れるわよ。
Oh no.
いい提案ね。バトラ君、エヴァ姉さんに少し鍛えてもらい
Exposure
ません
therapy,
よ。
right?
それにしてもおかしい。
こらこら、人間誰しも得て増えてはあるもんや。
Really? Higurashi scared you that much?
そない笑うたら悪いで。
And then as he proceeds to fucking laugh.
父さんも笑うのは悪いよ。ほら、マリアちゃんももう笑っちゃダメ。
もう笑っちゃダメ？
Yeah, damn it. Is being scared of planes really such a big deal? They're rich people. Like, they fly on planes every 3 seconds. It's... Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. Oh no. I'm on a car. Boats shake more, though. Like, there's more turbulence on a boat. So it makes me wonder. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. From there on, we would be taking a boat to the island. The islands are right next to each other, so it's not that far. It would be a leisurely 13 minutes by boat. As we arrived at the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a silhouette waving its hand.
ジョージ兄さん！
Ow, my fucking ears. Hi, Jessica.
お久しぶりだぜ！
やあ、ジェシカちゃん、1年ぶりだね。また伸びたんじゃないかい？
よしてくれよ。毎年言われんのは恥ずかしいぜ。
おいおい、兄貴、嘘だろ？こいつが本当にジェシカなのかよ？
ってことは、ジョージ兄さん、このデカブツ、バトラなのかよ。
This man, okay. We both stared each other down. She definitely didn't look this grown up in my memories, but I do remember her crazy way of talking. Alright. In Japanese, men and women traditionally, or perhaps stereotypically, speak differently, and this difference is much larger than what you find in English. Jessica's speech is masculine, blunt, casual, and assertive. In Japanese, this is quite evident in the majority of her lines, using assertive and traditionally male particles like ze, and casual slangy contractions. Oh, wow. Huh.
よー、ジェシカ！なんだよ、お前！嘘だろ？なーに女みたいな格好してんだよ！なんだよ、これ胸かよ！お前にも胸なんかできたのかよ！
Battler. Okay. Battler.
揉ませろ、揉ませろーい！
What the fuck?
ふざけやがれ！私は花も恥じらう18だぜ。
Wait, you're both 18. Wait, what?
髪だって伸びりゃ出るとこだって出るぜ。てめえに揉ませる胸なんざあるもんかい。バトラこそなんだよ。バカみてえに図体だけでかくなりやがって。
What the fuck is happening?
た腕力ついたのか？
ざーげんじゃねえ！あれからどれだけ鍛錬積んだか思い知らせてやんぜ！
うぜえぜ！返り討ちだ！
This headstrong girl's name is Ushiramiya. Alright. Oh boy. So now we're going up here. Kraus and Natsuhi's daughter. In the absence of any irregularities, it is thought that she will eventually inherit the headship of the Ushiromiya family. Or rather, her husband's will. Or rather, her husband... Oh. However, she seems to have no interest in all of this. Born with weak bronchi... Bronchi... Oh, bronchi. Is more abysmal than Kadaka's. Oh. Oh, fucking boy. Oh, for fuck's sake. Great. Great. So there's a sudden asthma attacks. Okay. That's probably gonna come up. She was born under the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. You see, Mama is pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. For fuck's sake. The older brother happens to be the eldest son of the Ushiramiya family, so I guess that also technically makes Jessica a direct heir to the Ushiramiya family. Since Jessica and I are the same age and had that type of boy-girl rivalry between us, we've always been used to fighting and joking around together whenever the relatives gathered. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had me beat in terms of size and physical strength. So when we scuffled at a contest of strength like this, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I clearly understand that I'm bigger now, I still feel like I can't win against Jessica with my strength.
なんだよ。何マジになってんだよ。いててて。
What the f...
おいおいおい。全然力入れてねえぜ。ジェシカ、お前貧弱になっただろ。
うるせえぜ。こちとら女やってんだ。いつまでも腕力で男に勝てるわけねえだろ。
まあ、そりゃそうだよな。俺が腕につけた分の肉をお前は胸につけたんだもんな。
Okay.
俺の腕とお前の胸ならちょうどいい力比べになりそうじゃねえのか。
Oh boy, okay.
だからお前に揉ませる胸はねえ。
Alright.
それよりお前こそどうなんだよ。身長以外にも他のところ
What the fuck is going
ちゃ
on?
んと大人になったのか。
バカやめろ。いやこの野郎お嫁に行けなくなる。変なとこ触んないで。
What the fuck? What is that? Okay.
人様が聞いて誤解すること言うんじゃねえ。
Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to seriously force her around to hide it. Well, yeah, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. She definitely wasn't expecting she'd lose to me in a test of strength. After losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in the past 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was.
やれやれ、乾杯だぜ。
I see. Yeah, okay. Anyways, instead of spinning, I'm going to reduce 1 from the count of UMINEKO. There. And now we have 30 more minutes.
こりゃもう私じゃかなわねえな。
そんなことないよ。バトラ君にもきっと弱点はあるよ。ね、マリアちゃん。
Yeah, like shaking in a vehicle.
落ちる落ちる。
Oh,
ちょっとバカよせマリア。それは内緒にしような。
pranked.
落ちる？なんだそりゃ。
あいにくだがこの弱点はジェシカにはもうさらさないぜ。何しろ悪夢の空路はもう終わっちまったんだからな。
Do this one every time you. If I do that, it'll already be down like by 3.
あとはのんびりチャボチャボとお船の旅さ。あのオンボロ漁船がこれほど恋しくなるとは思わなかったぜ。
Such a dork.
ああ？ジョージ兄さん、こいつ頭どうかしたのか？
すぐにわかるよ。すぐにね。
Very soon. At the time, I didn't understand what Aniki meant by that big smile.
これははあ。
Is the boat gonna shake a lot?
バトラさんも大きくなりまして。
Yeah, I'm big. Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh yeah, that takes me back. I remember now.
バトラ君、覚えてるかい？ほら、お手伝いの熊沢さんだよ。
熊沢のばあちゃんは忘れねえぜ。何しろこの6年ちっとも老けちゃいねえぜ。むしろ若返ったんじゃねえの？
最近はお肌がピチピチしてきちゃって。
It's because she's starting to get to a witch.
ほら、胸もますますに大きくなっちゃいましたんですよ。
Okay.
呼んでみます
Okay.
ご冗談。俺が揉みたいのはピチピチした姉ちゃんの胸限定だって。
私とて若い日にはそれはピチピチしておりましたよ。ほらほら、ぜひどうぞお揉みくださいませ。
ひょー、勘弁してくれよ。若い姉ちゃんだ、若い姉ちゃん。熊沢のばあちゃんじゃね。
The jokes I cracked about Jessica were being used against me. What to think of it, she always was the type to tease people.
おいおいよせよ熊沢さん。監獄に半分足突っ込んだ人がはしゃいじゃいけねえぜ。
Jesus Christ, alright.
若い方とじゃれるのが何よりの若返りの薬ですよ。
熊沢さんが迎えに来るなんて珍しいじゃない。どういう風の吹き回しかしら。
Why does she talk so smugly? Why does she talk like,
用事を頼まれるといつも腰痛になるあなたが。
Lumbago.
エヴァ様は相変わらず手厳しゅうございます。急なお買い物がありましたもので、そのついでに皆様のお迎えをしようと思いまして。もっとも、お迎え待ちの老いぼれのお迎えでは、景気も悪いでしょうが。
Damn. Auntie Eva spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa Bachan's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly letting the comment slide. Well, I'd rather not say, but old Kumasawa Bachan may be past her prime as a servant. She might act as though she's in good health, but between her headaches and the lumbago, her body's wearing out. What the fuck is a lumbago? I think I've heard it from somewhere. Low back pain. Oh. Oh. No, I don't. Suddenly I'm thinking about my stance. It's low back pain. Though the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? She must be pushing 80 by now. It's incredible that she's still able to act so brightly.
ますますにお元気なようで。そうだこれ。前に話してたお茶です。ほら、買ってきました。後で飲んでみてください。
Auntie Rosa showed her the souvenir bag she'd taken out of her suitcase. To think that she had remembered a promise that she had apparently made last year and faithfully brought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Auntie Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who would forget or break a promise. As for Kumasawa Bachan, she seemed deeply touched by the fact that not only had Auntie Rosa remembered that year-old promise, she had brought that gift for a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo-san. Alright, I'm guessing she's gonna be in the blue? Yeah, she's in the blue. This elderly woman, this old fucking is a part-timer who had served the family for a great many years, despite quitting her job several times along the way. Oh, okay. Shrewd and more than competent when it comes to performing her duties, but because of her chattiness and love of rumors, she's not highly regarded as a servant. Damn. He's a senior servant who's been working for the Ushiromiya pet house for many years. As you could expect from someone her age, she isn't that good at manual labor, but from kitchen work to cleaning and laundry, she's a kind of super servant who can handle just about anything. Seems like her only flaw is a tendency to slack off. And here she tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic diseases. In Kumasawa Bachan's case, maybe we should call that a sort of lazy craftness. Not a lot of lazy craftness. Though probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah, well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I could never dislike her. I guess that's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile.
いやー、相変わらずお元気そうで何よりでんな。あれから背中の具合はどないでっか？
薬を飲んでもちっとも良くなりませんで。こればかりはお医者様ではどうにもなりません。
That's not good.
不治の病っちゅうもんですわ。
She's oddly happy about that.
それにしてもジェシカちゃんはますます美人になったな。 夏日姉さんに似てよかったぜ。
そうですか？私的には全然似てないつもりなんですけど。つうか、親には似たくないです。尊敬してないんで。
こら、そんなこと言っちゃダメよ。それにしても親に似たくないって言ってる人が多いわね、うちの一族は。
Almost shows how fucked this family is, huh?
あ、それ俺。
バカ言え。お前こそ俺に似るんじゃねえ。お前の鼻が似ててムカつくんだよ。
何言ってんのよ。呆れるくらいそっくりよ。あなたもお父様もね。
おいおい、そりゃねえだろ。俺のどこが親父に似てるってんだ？
傲慢で偉そうなところとかそっくりよ。あんたと兄さんは特にお父様の血が強いわね。
Great.
ねえローザ。
まったく。
Oh boy.
クラウス兄さんもルドルフ兄さんも信じられないくらいお父様にそっくり。
Oh boy.
おいおい、参ったな。なんで俺だけ女どもに集中放火なんだ？
Because the only other siblings are Kraus. And he's not here. And I don't even know who the fuck he is. Santa Claus.
秀吉兄さん、助けてくださいよ。
いやいや、ルドルフ君はいっつも女性にモテてるな。羨ましいで。
And Uncle Hideyoshi is a legend, so, you know. He's also Wario.
相変わらずモテモテでお羨ましいことです。それでは皆様、お船の方へお乗りくださいませ。さあさあ、マリアさん、一緒にお船に乗りましょうね。
一緒にお船に乗る。みんなも一緒に乗る。
おや、もう今度は怖くないぜ。波で揺れるのは慣れてるしな。
I'm not gonna be happy when bad shit starts happening to Maria. I am not gonna be happy. I'm bracing.
オンボロ漁船の場合、揺れて怖いってよりエンジンがぶっ壊れて漂流するんじゃねえかって方が怖いぜ。
そうだ、バトラ君、言うのを忘れてた。あの漁船はだいぶ老朽化してたんで、数年前に引退したんだよ。今は他の船が島まで運んでくれるんだ。
ああ、そっか。バトラは新しい船が初めてなんだな。
Oh no.
快適だぜ。すっげえ速いんだ。何しろとんでもないスピードが出るんだからさ。
ってことは船旅の時間がさらに短縮されたわけか。
It also means more shaking.
そりゃ素晴らしい。何しろ飛行機よりマシとはいえ沈没の危険にさらされる時間が少しでも短くなるってんだから、こりゃ極めて素晴らしいぜ。
バトラはまた落ちる。
そりゃ飛行機の時だけさ。もう大丈夫だぜ。
何しろ船長自慢の改造高速艇らしいぜ。
A modded high-speed boat.
だいぶいじってるらしく、プロペラは高性能のが4機もついてて、最高速度は40ノットを超えるとかなんとか自慢してたな。
Borian, shut the fuck up. You know why something would
い
happen.
つも自慢されるんで覚えちまったぜ。
僕も毎年聞かされるんで覚えちゃったよ。船長は昔外国の漁船と速度比べをして負けて以来、スピード改造に取りつかれちゃったんだってさ。
Oh, that ain't
その
fucking
時の
right.
相手は漁船なのに30ノット以上も出せたんだってね。
その雪辱の念が結実して、スカッと爽快な超高速改造艇の誕生となったわけさ。
Surely.
バトラもきっと気に入るぜ。
Super high-speed modded boat? You're now sinking it. My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any time. But for some reason, I'm getting this feeling of foreboding. Nah. Surely not. Cue the screams. Yeah.
おいバトラー、島までは泳いで行った方がいいんじゃねえか。
バトラ君、柵からあんまり身を乗り出しちゃダメだよ。落ちちゃうから。
ちる落ちる。
チェックしよう。さっきからみんながニヤニヤ笑ってたのはこれだったのか。
Get pranked. Get pranked, my guy. This super high-speed boat said to have been modded to hell and back by its captain as his personal hobby was definitely nothing like the battered old fishing boat from 6 years ago.
揺れる揺れる揺れる。落ちる落ちる落ちる。
Just
落ちたら海じゃねえかよ。溺れちまうぞ。パラシュートだじゃねえぜ。
パラシュート
どこだ。ライフジャケットをくれ。
なんだよバトラー、おめえそれ何の真似だよ。
Oh my fucking god.
ジェシカちゃんもマリアちゃんもいじめちゃ悪いって。バトラ君も怖いなら甲板に出なきゃいいのに。船内ならもう少し怖くないと思うけどな。
Yeah.
そいつはサンキューだぜ兄貴。海難事故の犠牲者はいつも船内なんだ。生存者は大抵事故地は甲板なんだぜ。
I see.
だから俺はここにいる。
Okay, this excessive shaking is getting to me.
でも揺れる。
Like it's making me dis.
落ちる。
Oh my fucking god.
揺れる落ちる。
マリア
She can't help
よしなさ
herself.
いったら。でもバトラ君本当に苦手なのね。
Yeah.
船長さんに速度
The
を
guy
落
is
と
a
すように言って
puss.
きてあげるわ。
ローザおばさんありがとう。海の上でも安全運転徐行運転指差し確認。
ダメよローザ。青年には試練も必要なんだから。
Of course.
ねえバトラ君、これくらいへっちゃらで克服できちゃうわよね。じゃないとおばさんとエジプトに
Oh my
行けないわよ。
No.
エヴァおばさんの意地悪。ダメ落ちる。ライフジャケットパラシュート。
Prosciutto. He fucker said prosciutto. Holy fuck, that's so long.
いやひっくり返して考えるんだ。
Yeah?
敵の狙いは何だ。
Enemy?
俺をこうして怖がらせることか。
Wait, who?
そいつが狙いなら甘いぜ。ビビってなんかやるのか。
Butler, what the fuck are you talking about?
でもダメ落ちる。
Is he fucking high? What is happening? Oh god. So after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, Antirosa had a talk with the boat captain and he slowed down to a more manageable speed for me.
これくらいならなんとか。さっきのは生きた心地がしなかったぜ。
Ah. The new speed, which I was capable of tolerating, was apparently extremely slow. But that just now was completely insane. The whole boat was shaking, sliding and leaping on the ocean's surface. It felt like I was riding on the back of a flying fish. Yeah. Jessica was still guffawing at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened.
さっきは力比べで負けたけどよ、もっと重要な部分で負けてなかったことが分かって私は嬉しいぜ。いやしかし
くっそー。好きなだけ笑えよ。いつか弱点を見つけ返しててめえの胸揉みつぶしてやるぜ。
I agree. Really fast boats are fun. The only not fun part is if you become nauseous. But if excluding that, it's really fun.
見
Wait,
つけられたら考えてやるぜ。
completely skipped past the boob line or whatever.
バトラヘロヘロ。
ああ、バトラーヘロヘロだ。海も空もごめんだぜ。俺は陸の上で死にたいさ。
Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me. Aww.
バトラ
Aww.
君、船長が罪滅ぼしにってドリンクをサービスしてくれたよ。飲んで一服しないかい？落ち着くよ。
Georgianiki and Kumasawa Bachan brought us each an ice cold drink with drops of moisture on the can. Judging from Kumasawa's son's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it, I'm so embarrassed that I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about.
ああ、ジェシカ。クラウスおじさんと夏日おばさんは元気なのかよ。
親父とおふくろ？残念ながら元気だぜ。
I see.
二言目には勉強しろ勉強しろってうるせえけどよ。秀吉おじさんとかルドルフおじさんとかそういうこと言わなそうだから羨ましいぜ。
Yeah, Rudolph just bullies the shit out of me.
とんでもない。僕も受験を控えてた頃はいっつも受験受験って言われてたよ。うるさくも思ったけど今は感謝してるよ。
はあ、やっぱりジョージ兄貴は人間ができてるな。ちなみにうちは絶賛放任中だからな。なんにも言われないぜ。まあ言われたって聞かねえけどな。
That's probably why they don't tell you anything.
バトラさんはまだご実家には戻られておられないのですか？
Birth home?
うん。まあちょくちょく戻るようには。まだ服とかだいぶ前の家に残してるんで。
おお、バトラ、お家が2つある？
まあ。
Yeah, how do you explain this?
どうしてお家が2つ？
Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced her naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer.
マヤ！ほら、船着き場が見えてきたぜ。ほら、あれ、見えるか？
Yeah, it's probably... Yeah.
船着き場見えた！船着き場見えた！
Apparently, Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. Oh. Oh. Pulse. Oh well. I'd rather not talk about it if I can help it, but it's uncomfortable to have it treated like some kind of weird taboo. I don't mind that much myself anymore. I am an Ushiramiya, but the truth is that for the past 6 years I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side, and I've even been using her family name. When those grandparents passed away one after the other, I basically had no choice except to go back and live with the old bastard. Such a wholesome family game. You shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch. Don't get me wrong, I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kiryu-san. Being able to hold that old bastard's reins and ride him out is no mean feat. But as for the betrayal that the old bastard inflicted on my mom, well, unfortunately I still haven't fully gotten over that.
もうすぐ着くね。
Georgianiki cleared his throat, trying to change the topic.
失礼しました。年寄りが余計なことを言ってしまったようで、お気に障りましたら。
気にもしてないし触ってもないぜ。気にすんなよ、熊沢のばあちゃん。
Kumasawa-san seemed to regret speaking out of turn, but I was more concerned about being worried over for something like that, so I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I had a sip of my drink and handed over to Maria and Jessica, who were gazing at the silhouette of the island.
島が見えた！島が見えた！
どれどれ？おお、見えてきたな。6年ぶりでも記憶と寸分変わらない島影だぜ。
Well, yeah, it's an island. That usually doesn't happen to lands. Wait, oh shit, there's the time as well? Alright. The small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close. This island's name is Rokkenjima. Oh, where everything goes to shit. As far as I know, like, the entire game takes place here and we're never gonna be able to leave or something. It's like Lost. Or something. It's a small island about 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu Archipelago? Archipelago? I don't know which way to say it. It's lost. No, shut up. Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think there are 7 islands, but that's not true. There are actually more than 7. Wakanjima is one of the minor islands that don't get counted. Even considering that, there are probably very few people who know about this island. After all, only the people of the Ushiromiya family come to this island. In other words, it has no ties whatsoever to outsiders or tourists. So you'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. This is because all of Wakanjima is an estate possessed by the Ushiromiya head house. Only the Ushiromiya family lives there, and only people connected to the Ushiromiya family come and go there. There's nothing there except a harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still just uncultivated forest. Such a waste when it could be made into a nice golf course, alright? Give me a sec. So Wakanjima. Not shown on the maps. An estate owned by the head house. Only Ushiromiya's and the servants, I guess. Because otherwise it wouldn't make sense. However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. You might have realized it by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ushiromiya family is just rolling in dough. The fortune possessed by the head house is apparently vast, and Dad and the others who make up the branch families have built up plenty of wealth for themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living a commoner's life at my grandparents' home these 6 years, so I'd completely forgotten. But the old bastard's house really is elegant, and everything about it is tuned to match the snobbish tastes of the annoyingly rich. Come to think of it, I guess that means Georgia, Nikki, Jessica, Maria, and I are all wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us feel that way at all. I don't see myself as being rich, and Georgianiki, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica's always complaining that she'd rather move to the city than be rich. And Maria is still a kid who isn't even interested in money at all. She doesn't know what money is. I guess that attitude itself is snobbish. From the perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills, we're very lucky to even have the luxury of thinking this way. Good point. Good point. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyways, that's same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family, and I don't think it's something I should be hated for. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merits. As much as I really fucking hate rich people, I pity children who are born into rich families. Now, if you grow up into an adult who's entitled and just, like Elon Musk, then no, there's no pity there. Fuck Elon Musk. I mean, he's got his own issues, but then he did what he did, so no. But just being in a rich family, it's kind of like it's not your fault at the end of the day. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria leaned over the railing and started shouting. Why has the music changed?
No.
Gone?
どうしたんだよ、マリア。
What?
何か落としちゃったのか？
What? Uh-huh. Maria kept yelling, gone, gone. Whereas alone, you would think she had perhaps dropped something, but she was actually pointing out over the ocean as she shouted.
どうしたの？何がないんだい？僕も探してあげるよ。何？
If she dropped something, she would probably have looked down at the floor, but Maria was pointing out over the ocean. One would assume that she had seen something out over the ocean, but she kept saying that something was gone. It's strange. Except if you were a good person, then you would have tried to deal with your issues instead of being a dick. Exactly. Exactly. I pity children who grow up in rich families because rich families usually don't tend to be good. Yeah. But it's no excuse for you to be an asshole when you grow up. A bad childhood does not a bad person make. However, since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Aniki, who comes here every year.
I'm
guessing a geological feature is gone.
確かさ、 この辺の小さい岩の上に鳥居みたいなのがなかったっけ？
Alright. Tip time. It's like a gate, right? Yeah. Torii is a ceremonial entry gate to a Shinto shrine. It is usually red. It has a very recognizable and prominent square shape. Yeah. Consisting of 2 vertical or slightly inward tilted pillars, joined by 2 extended horizontal bars. One crowning the pillars and the other just below. Sometimes many torii are used in series along the path. I think there was a really long path, and looks nice. I think there's a really long path that also forces you to climb, which is a nightmare, but yeah.
そうだ、確かにあったぜ。島に近づいてくると最初に迎えてくれる目印みたいなもんだったからよく覚えてるぜ。
へえ、バトラすごいじゃねえか。6年ぶりなのによく覚えてるもんだぜ。
Okay. Missing Torii Gate.
あったね。僕も思い出したよ。鎮守の社と鳥居みたいなものが岩の上にポツンと立ててあったよ。そういえばないね。去年は確かにあったと思う。
Why is she so bothered by it though?
大方、波か何かでさらわれちまったんだろう。
It's because of the witch. It's because of the witch.
小さい岩だったしな。だいぶ風化で脆くなってたんだろうさ。
It's an omen.
私もそうだと思ってるんだけどよ。亡くなっちゃったのはこの夏のことなんだよ。なんでもよ。
ある晩に大きな稲妻が落ちてお社を砕いてしまったんだとか。
Oh, that is even more explicitly an omen.
鎮守様に落雷があるなど、これは不吉の兆しに違いない。
I would say so. A lightning bolt that just happens to strike
さ
that.
さやいておりますね。
That's no.
くわばらくわばら。
Kumasawa-san smiled impishly as if teasing us, rubbing her hands together. However, Maria was apparently taking it seriously. She stared fixedly over the ocean to where the crack enshrining the local guardian deity was supposed to be.
不吉の兆し。よせよ、熊沢さん。マリアはそういう冗談に通じない年頃なんだからさ。
大丈夫だよ、マリアちゃん。偶然だよ。何も怖いことなんか起きないよ。
You in something scary? Georgianiki put a hand on Maria's shoulder to calm her down, but Maria's sharp-eyed expression didn't budge.
不吉。不吉。
Maria muttered that word over and over. Apparently repeating a single word over and over is a habit that Maria's had for a long time. However, since the word she was saying was quite literally ominous, it was a bit creepy. Yeah. Yeah.
おいおい、マリア。そんなに何度も繰り返してたら、本当に不吉がやってきちまうぜ。
Okay, now the sound has changed. Now it's wind. I tapped Maria's other shoulder, and then Maria whipped her head around, stared into my face, and spoke unblinkingly.
不吉。来る。
Hour of darkness, huh? Alright.
来るって、どこからさ？
I answered lightheartedly, trying to break the tension in the air. And in reply, Maria held a finger, raised her arm high, and pointed up to the heavens. When I looked up, I saw that the sky was still just as cloudy, but it had grown a great deal more leaden than it had been that morning. That's right. They were saying that a typhoon was approaching. We had planned to spend one night on the island, but if the storm doesn't pass quickly, I won't be able to make it to school on Monday. Well, I guess it makes for a pretty good excuse to be absent. No, I don't think there's a lot more you're gotta be missing, my guy. She apparently sensed something ominous in this cloudy sky. She's been muttering for a while now. Girls of Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about the age when many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whether they have any psychic potential and stuff. In a way, being sensitive about things like this isn't really out of the ordinary for a kid like her. Huh. Oh?
大丈夫だよ、マリアちゃん。
Jesus Christ, fucking tension. Let's decrement the counter from 14 to 13 and continue.
天気は今夜くらいには崩れるかもしれないけど、明日には良くなって綺麗な青空になってるよ。
おー、綺麗な青空。おー。
そう、明日になれば綺麗な青空になるよ。止まない雨はないし、晴れない雲だってない。
Mm-hmm.
おー。
Yeah, she doesn't believe you.
止まない雨。晴れない雲。
Oh boy.
確かに台風が近づいてるけどよ、すぐに過ぎちまうって。
Gone before you know it.
大丈夫さ、マリア。
This is not helping her. What the fuck? What? Oh no. Oh no, what? Maria started yelling "Uuuu." It looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say. What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about? Y'all are fucked, my guy! Unable to understand her, we could do nothing but feel a vague sense of foreboding. For that everyone can feel the supernatural, but that it weakens as you age. That might mean that Maria, the youngest one of us all, still possessed some kind of sense that the rest of us had lost. I wonder if that sense is sending her a warning. At that moment, Kumasawa-san quietly opened her mouth.
なんで六軒島はその昔。
熊沢さん、その話はなしにしようぜ。
Just as Kumasawa-san was about to tell some kind of story, Jessica sharply interrupted her. For Jessica, this was an extremely firm reaction. I wanted to push her further, just out of simple curiosity, but judging by how Jessica was acting, it was difficult to imagine that would simply inflame Maria's unease further. If I did try to press her for the story, the odds were pretty good that it wouldn't be anything bright and cheery.
それは申し訳ございませんね。ここの風は年寄りには応えますんで、ちょっと失礼させていただきます。
Yeah, the game's been doing this for a while. You should have seen it when it was shaking a lot more. It made me genuinely nauseous. A bit nauseous. Gossipers have no reason to hang around after they've been told to stop chatting. When Kumasawa-san finally realized that she'd overstepped her bounds, she went back inside the boat. Oh. After she left, Uncle Hideyoshi came along to replace her. Towering cloud in summer, oh, so chill. No more ominous. Since he'd shown up partway through, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung about the scene. So he refreshingly and unwittingly swept that atmosphere aside. So in the end, it was his unwittingness that brightened the mood.
もう到着だそうやないか。おう、もうちょいやの。今日はのんびりスピードだから時間がかかってもうたわ。誰のせいやねん。
Hey. Hey.
うわ、秀吉おじさんもう勘弁してくださいよ。
Ah, wait, no, I didn't mean to do that.
もっと言ってやってください。たく、バトラのせいで時間かかりすぎだぜ。
She's given up. Maria probably come to the conclusion that no one was going to listen to her. Sorry, Maria. There's no fucking way this boat is turning around, even if you really wanted to. She hung her head, wearing a fretful face. As she did, Georgianiki crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly.
マリアちゃん、何も怖くないよ。だって、僕たちが一緒だもの。一緒だと何も怖くないんだよ。言ってごらん。
一緒だと何も怖くない。
一緒だと何も怖くない。
そうさ、ジョージの兄貴の言う通りだぜ。
He's a smart boy.
俺たちが一緒にいると、いつだってなんだって絶対に怖くねえんだ。
Sorry, why is the music fading out? Oh, that's why.
な、ジェシカ。
あ、間違いないぜ。ジョージ兄さんの言うことはいつも本当だよ。ジョージお兄ちゃんはいつも本当。
僕は嘘をつかないよ。だから信じて。みんなと一緒にいれば何も怖くないんだよ。
ジョージお兄ちゃんは嘘をつかない。信じる。みんなと一緒にいれば怖
There we go. There we go. Maria jumped into George Aniki's arms and hugged him tightly. After Aniki petted her head, she jumped away again. Her facial expression had returned so completely to normal that she looked like a totally different person from moments before. She was once again the ordinary Maria, no longer possessed by a spooky ghost of torment.
みんなと一緒だからもう怖くない。
ああ、そうだぜ。もう平気みたいだな。マリアは強いな。偉いぜ。
マリア偉い。
Why is that a tip? UMINEKO. What? UMINEKO. In Japanese, Maria uses her own name instead of the word I when talking about herself. This is called Italyism, and is common among young Japanese children. It sounds childish and cute in Japanese and can be used by young adult women to achieve the same effect. Even the other characters have various ways of referring to themselves, because Japanese has more than one word for I. Kinzo, Nanjo, Eva, Jessica, and a number of other characters use watashi, which is a neutral way of saying I. Battlers uses ore, which is a masculine, self-asserting, and very casual way of saying it. George uses boku, which has a youthful, boyish, casual, and humble feel. Hideyoshi uses washi, which goes along with his strange accent and makes him sound older. There are many others. However, you will not always hear these words being used, just as you will not always hear Maria using her own name, because Japanese is a pro-drop language. Words like I, you, it, and so on are often simply left out when it's obvious who or what is being talked about. Pro-drop. That's the first time I'm hearing about pro-drop. I see. Watashi is the neutral one, Ore is masculine. Boku is boyish, and Washi is older man. And weirdo.
なんや、どうしたんや。
I'm gonna see. Can I hear anything? Yeah, she says Maria. Alright.
マリアちゃん、船酔いだったんか？ん？
まあそんなとこです。もうじき着きますね。
Harboro's already trying to. I should not be yawning already. Oh. Oh. Sorry. Oh shit! I beat part 1 of chapter 1! Or something. And they say many, they mean like 70%. Yeah. Quite a bit. God, Japanese and Chinese are so fucking complicated. Like, I give up before I even start. Seems we've docked at the harbor. The boat driver came out and jumped up to the pier with the mooring rope. A large man in a tuxedo was waiting there for us, with a warm, smiling face. I didn't know him, but judging by his clothes, I guessed that he was a servant of the Ushirimiya head house.
お嬢様、お帰りなさいませ。
That's a new guy.
だいぶ遅かったので心配しておりました。
心配ありがとう。バトラのやつが怖がっちゃってよ。それで徐行運転だったってわけ。
Right.
マジでうぜえぜ。
うるせえ。いつか逆の立場になったら覚えてろ。
He ain't happy. At this rate, this world will spread. What the fuck? The word will spread around the entire family, and I'll become the big conversation piece during dinner. Look at this. He can't handle a fast boat. Even without this, everyone would be talking about me because of that 6-year gap. But now I've provided them with an even juicier topic. I wouldn't say it's even juicier. It's funny. Don't move on. Damn it, why does the Ushiramiya main family have to live on this isolated island? In the meantime, the boat has finished its mooring. A small plank was lowered so that we could get down. Get down! One by one, our parents came out of the boat.
皆様、長旅お疲れ様でした。奥様、お手をどうぞ。
ありがとう。お久しぶりね。 ゴーダさんもお元気？
ありがとうございます。おかげさまで毎日元気にお勤めをさせていただいております。
バトラ君はゴーダさんとは初対面じゃない？
He didn't answer how he was. Interesting.
確か6年前はお勤めじゃなかったですよね。
はい。ですので、バトラ様とは初めてご挨拶させていただきます。はじめまして、バトラ様。
ああ。俺もタッパには多少の自信があったんだが、でっけえ人だな。紛れもなく初対面だぜ。こんな大男、あったら絶対忘れないさ。どうも、はじめまして。バトラっす。
お待ち申し上げておりました。一昨年から、後宮本家にお仕えさせていただいております、使用人のゴーダと申します。
Servant employed as a chef. While he hasn't served the family long, he has a polished talent for entertaining guests, cultivated through his previous jobs, and is highly regarded as a servant. Since he was hired by Kraus and his wife, he is more trusted than those servants who have served the family longer, and who are thought of as Kinzo's spies. Oh. Oh, okay. There's some bullshit.
どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
There's some family bullshit going on.
何かご用命がございましたらいつでもお申し付けください。
By the way, Green Bean, so far the feeling of this is similar to Knives Out a bit. Very tiny bit, like tangentially. Cause there's a rich ass family and we're all going to the fucking place and the patriarch is close to death, if not dead already at this point. And we're a guy who left his dad to live with his grandparents and basically live as a commoner for 6 years before being forced to come back because grandparents died. So it's kind of similar. Also, yeah, Knives Out is really fucking good. It's incredibly good. I suggest watching both of them. Both of them are good in their own way.
ゴーダさん、お久しぶりです。
I think if you like UMINEKO, you definitely would love Knives Out. And it's not 100 hours long, so, you know.
ジョージ様、ご無沙汰をいたしております。お手をどうぞ。
あんた、相変わらず大した接客のプロや。もし食に困ったらいつでもわしに声をかけるんやで。いつでも雇ったろ。
これは身に余る光栄です。どうぞお手を、秀吉様。
Yoda-san then lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. He was very graceful in contrast with his initially rough-looking appearance. His large size made him seem a bit scary at first, but he was much more polite than my first impression of him had led me to believe. He claimed to have served on the island for 2 years, but he had doubtless worked as a similar job somewhere before. After everybody disembarked, the mooring rope was untied and the boat started to steer away from the harbor. It was probably returning to its home port of Nijima. The captain waved his hand in farewell. This would be the last time we ever saw outside interference. Maria conscientiously waved back.
なんだかさっきから違和感があると思ったら。
Oh yeah?
UMINEKOの声を聞いてないぜ。
Wait, sorry. What did you say? Hold up. Wait, no.
UMINEKO?
They said it. They said it.
Torino?
Remember that whenever we came to this island, the seagulls always welcomed us with their lively nya-nya cries. They said a row, row, row. Because of that, whenever I hear the cries of the UMINEKO in any other place, I get the feeling that I've come to a family conference. Except for the small part of the island where those of the Ushiromiya head house live. Rokkenjima had been left uncultivated, apparently transforming into a paradise for wild birds. Seemingly, some cliff face or other had become home to a huge seagull colony. Huge UMINEKO colony, sorry. And so this island was always full of them. Since those seagulls didn't come to greet us, I felt a bit lonely. Yeah, You got cicadas in a village versus seagulls on an island. Who will win?
どうしたのバトラ君。
ああ、ローザおばさん。いやー、別に。海猫の声が聞こえないんで、なんか寂しいなーって。
あら、いつも賑やかなのに、今日はさっぱりいないわね。
どうして海猫いない？
She said it.
海猫たちも今日はよそで集まりがあるからかな。
Yeah, they're just somewhere just sipping tea and pulling their pinkies out like.
マリアも海猫見たかったの？
見たかった。
なんだってこうもまるっきりいねえんだ。ジェシカがみんな焼き鳥にして食っちまったんかな。
物騒なこと言うんじゃねえ。マリアが勘違いするだろ。
My controller. It vibrated.
ジェシカお姉ちゃんが焼き鳥にした。
してないしてない。そんなの私がするわけねえだろ。
You're hungry.
そうだそうだ。ジェシカが焼き鳥にしたんだ。皮につくねにレバーにネギマン。
Wow, the fucking tonality of that.
皮にくつねり、レバーにネギマン。
Oh boy. As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along, looking like she was having fun. Ooh, she really knows how to join in with things. Alright then, starting today I'll make you my #1 follower. As I smiled at her, she beamed back overjoyed, I guess happy for this little bit of solidarity.
違うよ、マリアちゃん。野鳥って天気や気圧の変化に敏感なんだそうだよ。
Yeah, there's some spooky shit going on. They can sense the vibes, so they're just fucking off.
今夜あたり天気が崩れそうだしね。巣へ早めに引き上げてるのかもしれないね。
They're spooked.
焼き鳥じゃない？
Not kebabs, no.
ジェシカお姉ちゃんが焼き鳥にしたんじゃない？
Nah, she didn't turn them into kebabs, no.
違う。私はそんなことしないって。ほら、バトラも嘘だったって認めろよ。
バトラ君、マリアちゃんは素直な子だから、そういう冗談でも真に受けちゃうんだよ。冗談も少し選んだ方がいいよ。
George Aniki gently scolded me. Even though I outstripped Aniki in height, he still commanded respect as my elder. No choice but to obediently apologize.
ありあり。マリア、今のは冗談だ。海猫たちは今日は巣でおとなしくしてるってさ。
バトラは嘘？ジョージお兄ちゃんは本当？
Oh no. I was having fun, but you are actually just tricking me? Your pure eyes seem to accuse me. Maybe I went a little overboard with her after all.
ああ、そうだ。ジョージ兄貴が言ったのが本当だ。天気が悪いんで、今日は引き上げたんだろうよ。いなくなったわけじゃないんだぜ。ね、おばさん。
そうよ。明日以降、天気が良くなったら、きっと戻ってきて、ミャーミャーと声を聞かせてくれるわ。
ミャミャ。
天気良くなって戻ってくるの待つ。明日まで待つ。天気良くなるまで待つ。
Maria's mood lightened and she started looking forward to tomorrow when the seagulls would come back and fill the skies. Still, George Aniki really is amazing at taking care of kids. I think I remember Aniki taking good care of me as well when I was a brat 6 years ago. Annika might have quite some talent for this kind of thing.
ジョージ君は小さい子の面倒を見るのがうまいわね。
She said the thing I was thinking.
保育士さんでも務められるんじゃない？
なあ、ジョージ兄さんの転職っぽいぜ。私的には社長室でビジネスってより、そっちの方が兄さんのイメージだぜ。
まさか、保育士さんは立派なお仕事だよ。
Job. Why is that italicized?
単なる子供好き程度に務まる仕事じゃないね。
ああ。
本当にジョージ君は謙虚ね。でも、バトラ君も子供のあやし方が上手よ。
Yeah, in a different way.
さっきはほんの少しの間だけど、マリアとっても楽しそうだった。これからも今みたいに遊んであげてね。冗談は選んで。
だけどね。
Auntie Rosa winked at me, giggling a little. A real mother, I thought to myself, who's happy that Maria looks like she's having fun.
おいローザ、それにガキどもも何やってんだ。行くぞ。
Come on, I need to go fucking talk to my dad about how rich I'm gonna be after he dies or something. Isn't that what the whole thing's about? Or something? I think so.
はいはい、今行きます。
Oh, fuck, what a fucking tight ass. What a fucking asshole. Not for some more bread. The old bastard. We better get moving. My old fucking bastard piece of shit. Asshole dad. How dare he? How dare he tell me to stop fucking around? What an asshole. It's not like it'd be too late to have the same discussion after we've got our luggage in our rooms.
それでは皆様、お泊まりのゲストハウスの方へご案内させていただきます。どうぞこちらへ。
Gladasan called to everyone and started leading us. Umasawa-san brought up the rear. Then we take a little journey. A serpentine twisting path led to a dim forest. I tried a bit uphill. I guess the path was made twisting so that the slope wouldn't be felt too much. Personally, I'd been happier if they'd been man enough to make some stairs in a straight line. Note that they made the path twisting on purpose, to put on airs of distance and importance. There's no fucking chance to eat something. Every 5 seconds there's something to say. Before long, we saw garden-style stone steps. Garden-style stone steps. Alright. Now I remember how it goes from here. Go up these and... Oh yeah, you can see it. At the top of the stone steps, a beautiful guest house came into view. I mean, I could spin the wheel. Its facade was lovely, of course, but even more than that, we couldn't help but have our hearts stolen away by the splendor of that beautiful rose garden that spread before it. Fuck it, since you're asking. It's about time. For a pole. What next? Stay. Spin. And I'll give it 5 minutes so that I have enough chance to fucking eat something. I was gonna have a bit of a bite. I mean, we all know where the wheel's gonna land. We all know. But... you know. Canned tuna. The only kind of fish I want to eat. Ah. I also added some Tabasco sauce, which, weirdly enough, the spice doesn't bother me. It's the heartburn that's starting to hit. That's the only problem with spicy food, I think. Like the pain, nah, it sucks. But the heartburn, ugh. Ugh. Miserable. Just for fun. Yeah, okay. It was very close to not landing on UMINEKO, but it landed on UMINEKO. There's no way I'm playing Clover Pit, is there? Yeah. Yeah, you forgot that we got a bunch of donations. So UMINEKO is now 3/4 of the fucking week. This is what happens. Well, that's the game. Its facade was lovely, of course, but even more than that, we couldn't help but have our hearts stolen away by the splendor of that beautiful rose garden that spread before it.
Ha!
Me when I Yeah. Literally a random idea, and I went, that makes sense. Why the fuck not? Ah, shit. Well, you missed this guy saying ha. So, not much.
今年も相変わらず大したもんや。目の保養とはこのことやで。
As they reached the top of the stone steps, people welcomed them by the rose garden and voiced their appreciation one after another.
今年は少し花に元気がないんじゃない？
Huh. Well, that's not a good sign. You could say that's a bad omen.
やっぱり夏があまり暑くなかったせいかしら。
That's a bad omen seeming to be happening here, huh?
そのせいもあるかと思います。去年の先に比べると、今年は少々見劣るのが残念です。
Even so, it was a delightful rose garden. Remember the huge amounts of roses used to greet me every year, even over 6 years ago. This rose garden was the first thing that greeted the people who came to Rokkenjima. Even our parents who came every year couldn't help but let their wonder slip out. Moreover, it looked like a powered-up version of the garden from 6 years ago that was in my memories.
いつ見てもすごいわね。
God, I love gardens, man. Gardens are gorgeous.
自宅にこれだけのバラ園があったらさぞや素敵でしょうに。
No, I'm too fucking bad.
よせよ。誰が手入れすんだよ。バラは虫とか病気とか大変なんだぜ。
そうね。
Of course you know, your name is Rosa.
キリエ姉さんは毎日バラの手入れをしてて虫がつかないようにしてるそうよ。
Huh?
え？そうなのかよ。そんな話は
そうなんです。この人の場合はバラの方から虫を求めていっちゃうから、どっちかというとたちの悪い食虫植物ってところね。
Huh.
ああ、そういう話かよ。たく。ローザ、今日はそういう話は勘弁してくれよ。
No. She's your sister or something.
もうそういうのは
That's
すっ
not
か
how
り足
siblings
を洗
work.
ったんだぜ。
どうかしら。
Ah.
ルドルフ兄さんは遺伝子的レベルでだらしないですし。大丈夫よ、ローザさん。あんまりおいたするバラなら根元からちょんって切っちゃうから。
物騒なお話ですね。
Don't worry, if he cheats with me, I'll fucking execute him on the spot.
モテる男はいつもリスクと隣り合わせなんや。わしも来世じゃもうちょい美形に生まれたいもんやで。
だから秀吉兄さん、モテてなんかないって。キリエも物騒な話なんかやめろい。俺のバラがしおれちまったじゃねえか。
Okay.
ほら、マリアちゃん、来てごらん。
You're making my rose wither. From all this talk, I'm chopping it off at the root. I don't exactly want my roots to be chopped. Sounds a bit fucking bad.
こっちのバラは特に立派だよ。
バラが立派。
かぐわしい匂いだぜ。俺のエレガントさにぴったりだな。
I don't think I know the smell of roses. I know the taste, and it's not good.
おい、よせよ。マリアが真似してトゲで怪我するだろ。
She yelled at me as I leaned in with an exaggerated gesture to smell the rose's scent. I thought she was overreacting, but when I turned around, I saw Maria imitating my every movement, and thereby putting a broad smile on Georgianiki's face.
ほら、マリアちゃん、気をつけて。バラのトゲは痛いよ。
ジョージお兄ちゃん、このバラだけ変。
変？どうしたんだよ。
Maria pointed to a single rose. I immediately understood why she found it odd. In the midst of all these magnificent roses, just one single rose was withering. There wasn't any particular reason. Some roses flourish, and others wither. That's all there is to it. But Maria seemed very concerned about there being only one unhealthy rose in a group of healthy ones. She wasn't feeling somehow like it's been left out.
このバラだけ元気がなくて。
God damn it.
他はみんな元気なのに、これだけかわいそう。
I keep accidentally skipping the thing. So what's wrong with Otto?
咲いたり枯れたりはそれぞれだからな。一足先にしおれる代わりに、そのバラは他のどのバラよりも早く開花できたんだと思うぜ。
Were those fucking seagulls? I'm pretty sure I heard fucking seagulls. Whoever just do that, so I gotta prune the bushes. Yeah, true. Oh. Oh, there is? Wait. Oh boy, there's a lot more squares now.
So だよな。
Oh, E. E. E?
いっぱい咲いて、その役目を終えてお休みに入ったってだけのことだと思うぜ。そんなに気に病むことはねえさ。
You lied to me, Boreal. It seemed that Maria's pure sensitive nature was making her feel some emotional pain for the rose that withered alone. Hey, okay, there we go. Even though she understood the logic of it. Oh, fuck. It still felt lonely to her. Someone buys 15 slices of UMINEKO? Someone donated like 120, and then someone else donated 30. Well, Weeks donated 30. John donated 120, and Weeks donated 30. So, the wheel looks a bit like this right now. So yeah. They did.
帰るまでの間、このバラをお世話してあげるといいよ。
I wonder why she goes ooh. Horrific. I don't make the rules. Well, I do, but Georgianiki straightened up and felt around in his pocket. He then took out the wrapping from the candy he had eaten on the plane. Yeah, the weed was cursed. Yeah, it's still likely that it's still possible that we'll hit something else, but yeah. He twisted it into a thin string, then gently tied it to the rose as a sort of marker.
なんだか可愛くなったね。
Oh, because she's not saying huh. She says ooh. She says it all the time.
ジョージお兄ちゃん、このバラだけ変。
So it's a sound. It means many things.
これが、このバラの目印だよ。
It means ooh.
後で、お水とかをあげに来てごらん。バラさんも、きっと喜ぶと思うよ。
お水とかをあげに来る。
せっかくだから、このバラさんに何か名前をつけてあげるといいよ。
Yeah, but she's just saying ooh, you know? Okay, we should look with this, but rich people beefing over that guy's stuff is just not for me. I mean, I'm guessing the story is going somewhere. That's not just beefing over that guy's stuff. But it's just taking its sweet-ass time. No, she's not saying and stuff, she's just literally saying ooh. She's making the sound ooh. It doesn't mean anything, she's just saying ooh. Ooh? Ooh. She says it a lot.
そうするとバラさんも喜ぶと思うし、マリアちゃんと心もきっと通い合うと思うよ。
名前
Just thinking of a name. I will name this rose Super Cursamon. Though she still wore her usual sullen face, Maria crossed her arms and began to consider this intently. At the very least, she appeared to have been completely pulled out of her slump. How's it going, Aniki?
ジョージ兄さんって昔っから包容力があるよな。尊敬するぜ。
だな。人徳ってやつだろ。後で爪の垢をもらってきてやるから。この庭園は、お前が子供の頃にもこんなに。
私が出てってからよ、こんなに立派になったのは。前の庭園の方が素朴で愛着があったんだけどね。兄さんがちょっと悪趣味にいじりすぎたのよ。
Also, I don't know if it's just me. Ava looks a lot like Beatrice, or Beatrice, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like, not as unhinged and fucked up, but, you know, similar.
前の方がずっと良かったんだから。
エヴァ、ポジティブシンキングやで。昔は置いといて、今のこの美しさをめでなあかん。その方が心が安らかになるで。
別にそんな意味じゃ。ただ私は昔の方が素敵だった庭園をあなたにも見てほしかったなってだけよ。
それでは皆様、よろしいでしょうか。
Everyone, if you please shut the fuck up.
そろそろお部屋の方にご案内いたします。
Goda-san called to everyone to ask if we were ready, and we were not, because we were too busy fucking around with roses and shit. But our hearts had been completely stolen away by the rose garden after a year of absence. We didn't lend him an ear, we only lent him a rose. Since we weren't a travel group, it wasn't like we had a strict schedule to follow. Besides, for our parents, this was their fond old bird home they had returned to, so they felt no obligation to be pressured by anyone. Understanding the situation, Goda-san continued to wait with a wide smile for our parents to lose interest in the roses and tell him to guide us to the rooms.
Well?おーい！カノン君やないか！久しぶりやな！元気か？
Was the name just Kanon? There's no surname? Uncle Hideyoshi suddenly shouted. In the direction he was waving, there was a slender boy. Meeting him right after a huge man like Goda probably emphasized his small stature. The boy was in the middle of transporting piled-up gardening tools and the like in a wheelbarrow. When he realized he was being called to stop, he set down the wheelbarrow, took his head off, and bowed his head.
こんにちは。
I figured he was probably younger than me. Yeah, probably. I realized by the general atmosphere surrounding him that he was a servant too. Though he did greet Uncle Hideyoshi back, he seemed like he might be unsociable. It was a greeting that lacked feeling. When Goda-san noticed that our interest had shifted towards him, he went to the boy's side and introduced him to us.
バトラ様、ご紹介いたします。後宮本家にお仕えしております使用人の一人です。カノンさん、お客様にご挨拶を。
はじめまして。使用人のカノンです。
A young servant performs his duties silently and diligently, but due to his unsociable nature, he is not so highly regarded as a servant. There are several other servants with the on character and their pseudonyms. He and Shannon just happened to be the ones on duty that day. Shannon and Shannon. Shenanigan. Yep, my first impression wasn't wrong. He gave the feeling that he was unsociable or maybe a bit of a poor speaker. Whereas with Goda-san, who was extraordinarily polished as a servant, it was impossible not to fear the immaturity you'd expect of someone his age. When Goda-san urged him in a whisper to give a bit more of an introduction, the boy named Kanon only cast his eyes downwards.
カノンさん、もう少し何か挨拶することはできませんか？
いえ、僕たちは家具ですから。
What? It seemed that he wasn't refusing to greet us out of spite, but rather he gave the impression that he didn't know what else to add to his greeting and so could do nothing other than stay silent.
カノン君は寡黙でさ、余計なおしゃべりはしない性分なんだよ。
He's furniture, I guess. He's a chair.
愛想は少し悪いけど、根はいい人なんだぜ。誤解しないで。ここに勤めて3年になるんだっけ？確かゴーダさんより1年長いんだよね、カノン君。
Even though it's not like he made a super bad impression, Jessica hurriedly backed him up. I see. Apparently him being unsociable works against him all the time.
そっか。よろしくな。俺はバトラ。18だけど、君はいくつだい？
A silence as if evaluating whether it was a question that must be answered or not. But here again, Jessica plowed ahead.
確か私たちの2つ下だから16だったよな。
はい、そうです。
It looked like if given a choice, he would prefer not to tell us his age. Him not wanting to tell his age was probably because he thought he would be looked down upon for it. I remember that when I was around his age, I hated being asked how old I was by adults. Let's see, 16, huh? It's gotta be a delicate time. Yeah, you're in the middle of becoming an adult, kinda. In that case, I asked something I shouldn't have.
近いとして嬉しいぜ。気さくにバトラって呼んでくれよな。俺も君のことはカノンって呼ぶぜ。
ありがとうございます。お気持ちだけで結構です、バトラ様。
Jessica looked flustered for some reason. She seemed to think that my impression of Kanon was worsening because of his rejection. Well, I doubt a girl like Jessica understands his fretful male heart. As his elder, even by just 2 years, who would lead him into adolescence, I took it upon myself to understand that.
カノンさん、もう少し愛想よくはできませんか？笑顔も使用人の義務ですよ。
申し訳ありません。努力します。
I apologize. I cannot be fucked to smile. Ow. This chair keeps snapping its bones.
ゴーダさん、カノン君もいろいろ頑張ってるんですよ。ね。
It seemed as though he was often warned about his discourtesy, and apparently he hadn't improved a bit. Goda-san kept his business smile, but let a small sigh of resignation escape.
それではまだ仕事がありますので、失礼します。
But Kanon himself was uncomfortable with remaining silent here any longer. After another perfunctory bow, he turned on his heels and started pushing the wheelbarrow again. Just then, suddenly the wheelbarrow wobbled and fell, scattering the load. Oops. I guess the wheelbarrow with its single wheel caught on a pebble and lost its balance.
何をしてるんですか？早く片付けて。
Goda-san urged him along in a low voice as if to remind him that it is a servant's shame to present a clumsy appearance in front of guests. Showing that he understood quite well without being told, Kanon-kin wordlessly reloaded the wheelbarrow with the fallen objects. He seemed to be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked like he was having trouble getting his arm around and lifting up some sacks of fertilizer. I'm not gonna lie, this introduction is slow as fucking molasses. I understand that it's kind of like setting up all the pieces in a board, and there's a lot of pieces, and it's a huge board, but fucking Christ.
大丈夫かよ、そそっかしいな。
Oh, you think? Yeah.
ほら。
お嬢様、お召し物が汚れます。ここはお任せください。
With an elegant gesture, Goda-san took the shovel that Jessica had picked up. At his back was the figure of Kanon-kun having trouble with the sacks of fertilizer.
お召し物が汚れる？
安心しろよ。俺が着てるのはそんなお上品なものじゃねえぜ。
Yeah? What? I mean, yeah, like it's gotta have something. But Jesus Christ, this introduction and like I am kind of invested. Like, I do like the characters, but also, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
それによ俺はレストランで落ちたフォークをウェイトレスに拾わせるってやつが大嫌いなんだ。
The Battler might be a pervert, but he's also a cool guy. Oh yeah? I can see why you dropped it around here. I left it up. It doesn't do a good job of telling you why you should stick with it. It doesn't do a good job. It's doing a good job setting the board, but also, for what fucking reason should I keep going with this? It's been like 7 years since the old guy, Kinzo, talked about how he wanted to see Beatrice smile. And Beatrice was a weird font. Of course they weren't light, but for me it was a piece of cake. Kanon-kun turned his surprised eyes towards me. It was the face of one who had never expected to receive help from a guest.
バトラ様、結構です。僕が全てやりますので。
No worries, come on.
気にすんな。
I lived with my grandparents for 6 years. This is nothing.
こう見えても鍛え方が違うぜ。
Yeah. Kanon-kun looked like he hadn't yet gone through his growth spurt and was stuck with a sort of weak body. I guess this kind of weight is a bit much for him.
結構重いね。カノン君が苦労するのも無理はないよ。カノン君、気にしないで。
これぞ俺の見せ場さ。これでさっきの船の分はチャラだよな。
この程度のことじゃさっきの大騒ぎが帳消しになるもんかよ。
God damn it, Jessica.
カ
Why?
ノン君にも後で教えてやるよ。バトラったら面白いんだぜ。
You motherfucker.
落ちる落ちる
Banter made the job seem quick, and before I knew it, all the stuff had been piled back into the wheelbarrow.
お見苦しいところをお見せして申し訳ございませんでした。
Bro, you do not need to worry. Okay, I'm gonna have dinner, have fun reading your mystery novel. I'll have fun. I'm waiting to see what the fuck the mystery is. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck is the mystery? The mystery is a mystery at this point. I'm like, what? We're just being rich.
さあさあもう結構ですよ。行ってください。
Please fuck off. Letting such a graceful thing be seen by the guests who were supposed to be made welcome must have been hideously embarrassing as a servant. Pressed by Gato to hurry up and exit, Kanon-kun left.
ゴーダさんもいじめすぎよ。意地悪言わないで、あなたも手伝えばよかったんじゃない？
これは至りませんで、誠に申し訳ございませんでした。
Uh-huh. Without even a twitch in his smile, Gora-san apologized elegantly.
カノン君もええところはぎょうさんあるんやで。ただ若いんかの。いろいろと損をしとる。
I do like how fucking gentle and patient everyone is.
もったいないわ。
気難しい年頃さ。そっとしといてやれよ。使用人は寡黙なくらいがちょうどいいさ。な、熊沢さん。
ルドルフ様は手厳しゅうございますこと。私ほど使用人で寡黙なものはおりませんとも。
Everyone smiled wryly at that shameless lie. If she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. She said that to loosen us all up. Yeah, that's the kind of character Kumasawa Ba-chan used to be. The mood at that stiffened little was cleared up in a twinkling. Thanks to Kumasawa-san's cheerful smile.
そろそろ荷物を置きたいわね。
Oh yeah?
ゴダさん、部屋割りはどうなってるのかしら。
昨年と同じになっております。さあ、ご案内いたします。どうぞこちらへ。
We headed towards the trim and elegant guest house. This was going to be our temporary quarters for a night. Kanan watched over ahead as the guests all entered the guest house. Then he let his eyes fall on those heavy sacks of fertilizer piled up in the wheelbarrow. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistake. Battler, big and strong, had picked up the sacks in front of him, the sacks he couldn't lift himself, as if they were feathers. It was extremely difficult for an outside observer to guess what emotions that favor had stirred up in Kanan. But as far as you could tell by watching him hang his head from behind, there was something that he just couldn't let go. Muttered words escaped his lips, but those words he murmured were so soft that they didn't reach even his own ears. Even his own brain didn't comprehend what the fuck he just said. Kenan hung his head, slightly biting his lower lip. Even I, even you are a person. I don't.
バラの庭園は記憶にあったんだけどよ。
Bruh, okay, I'm fucking doing another spin. I'm doing another spin. I need.